Hey guys, what's up? This is Little Pickers, and DLC 3 is finally out. Or not out, but we finally got updates on that. It's finally canon. And, well, I literally just finished watching the trailer and jumped into recording this video, so I haven't had a... I'm gonna go off a little bit off the top of my head with my thoughts on this and everything, and just addressing what this means in general for the rest of the community. Because here's the thing, you go through the comment sections in those DLC 3 announcement trailers, and you'll see there are some people static about it. There's a new stage, and others are just happy that the game is finally out. Now, most of the comments are gonna be addressing the elephant in the room, and it's what took so long? Was it the creation of a new stage? Was that... Because I'm almost 90% sure that they were not contemplating including a new map for any of the character packs that they were going to be releasing. And it's likely that's what took them so long, but Jesus Lord Almighty, we have modders that day one when the game came, or maybe not day one, but at this point in the game, we already have so many stage options if you have the game in PC. Because there's modders have just been non-stop putting out content for the game and keeping the community alive as much as possible. So it goes back to that whole standard of how low the bar is actually. A lot of people are saying, like, you can see how low the expectations were for this DLC when people are hyped up about 6 new characters and 1 stage, which I do want to touch upon more. Now, the main issue I feel here is, number one, obviously the lack of communication. I think anybody that has commented on the DLC 3 situation have mentioned, hey, Bandai, let us know what's going on. At least tell us what's happening. Did you have to fire all of your staff and revamp the entire production team? Like, what's going on, you know? And... oops, sorry. You're watching a recording here. Lost my train of thought. We have this entire amount of... this huge time slot where we didn't get any updates, and people were starting to, again, set up expectations. Like, some people were like, yeah, I'm expecting at least 5 maps or like 15 new characters. And I feel like some were within the realm of possibility. Others were perhaps a little bit too demanding and too far from reality on what the developers could actually deliver to us. Now, what we ended up getting is underwhelming. From my personal experience, yes, I got hyped when I saw my feed so many people reacting to the new DLC 3 pack. I was like, wait, it's finally out? And I went immediately to check out the trailer before watching the rest. And I did feel hype. I was like, oh my god, finally, it's coming out. But that was quickly watered down when you keep taking into account that, number one, we're getting 1 new stage. Hopefully, this is an indication that they are gonna add more. Maybe they'll talk about it in the Battle Hour next year in Sparking Zero's panel. But understandably so, a lot of people are still very underwhelmed on the DLC 3 reveal, because we got 6 characters. Out of these 6, there's only Goku Mini, Super Saiyan 4, and Adult Goku Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Goma's 2 transformations, and Majin Buu. Those are the 6 characters. No Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku, no Tamagamis, because I know a lot of people were hoping we would get them. I wasn't really expecting them to actually include them, but who knows, maybe they'll do something later down the line. But like, my point here is a lot of people were very disappointed and underwhelmed with what we ended up getting after... when did DLC 2 come out? Like on April, I think? April, March? I'll have to add that here on screen, but my point is, it's been almost like 5-6 months since we got a new DLC, and we weren't getting any updates on DLC 3. Again, I feel like I'm going in circles, but it's because everything is looped together, right? Not a lot of time passed between one DLC pack and the other. We never got any information on the new one. When Bandai finally released something, it's very underwhelming because due to the amount of time that's passed, a lot of people are starting to set up their own expectations on what the DLC 3 should include in order to quote-unquote save the game. Now, again, I feel that that's a tall order. One DLC would kind of sort of imply they're almost making an entire new game mode with a bunch of new characters, and like the amount of work that was going to require, I feel it wasn't very feasible or within the scope of what they wanted to do. So we finally get it, and we get we don't even get the amount of characters we were thinking they should include. Like, we're Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku. Maybe add that like a skin for GT Goku at least, so you can say it's in the game, or it's being referenced. Like, people are gonna feel the developers for this game were so lazy, and I'm not a game developer. I don't have much technical knowledge on this, how Unreal Engine 5 works, optimization stuff and everything, but I can safely say that if we have modders that are able to implement these things, and some are very polished, like animations and everything, like original animations, not stuff that's in the game. It's 100% created by modders, and it's not bad. It looks great. I've seen some, and it makes me almost feel kind of envious, because they have, yeah, it's not official content made by Bandai, but you still have ways to give the game a new breath of fresh air, because you can add new moves, even characters that a lot of people still argue should be in the base game. So yeah, I mean, we're 8 minutes in of me just ranting and just saying it's been so long and what we got wasn't really the best. I'm still gonna enjoy it. I like it. I'm happy we finally got it, but I can see a lot of people being upset about it, and I can completely understand why. I wouldn't say I'm upset, but again, the hype is heavily watered down, knowing how long it took for this DLC to come out and how little content it's actually bringing. We get one new stage, but I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'll still be doing like my usual dynamics and everything. But hopefully by the time Battle Hour comes around, or maybe we might get another announcement later this year for something else Sparking Zero related. I really hope so, because the support that Xenoverse and Fighters got, at least from my perspective, because I wasn't very actively following those fan bases or those games, but I know Xenoverse almost 10 years later is still getting DLCs, and Fighters also got a pretty good amount of DLC characters, you know? Not too sure on new stages, but I know they were trying to sort of keep the game alive with new updates and with new updates and content. So seeing how Sparking Zero is falling short on so many fronts in comparison to those games is a bit of a shame for me, because the Tenkaichi series is one I hold very dear. I've been a huge fan, and I've mentioned this before several times, how excited I was when they announced this. But yeah, I don't want to end this on a pessimistic note. We finally got a new DLC. We're finally gonna be able to play with Goku Super Saiyan 4, and I think that in and of itself is hype. Let's wait and see what else is gonna happen with the game. Hopefully it doesn't die down. We know something else is gonna be announced at Battle Hour. I really hope it's not something like, look, we implemented new motion controls for the Switch or some shit like that to do fusions mid-fight or something. You know, that'll be kind of fun. It'll be very immersive. But again, I hope it's something that the entire Sparking Zero community can look forward to, not just another Switch trailer or announcement. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut it here because that Bardock really was kicking my ass. His super counters were insane, I might add. Like, almost frame perfect. Anyway, now don't want to get sidetracked, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about DLC 3 finally coming out. You might be on the same wavelength as most of us, or you're actually more on the let's look at the glass half full kind of team, right? Anyway, have a good one. Talk to you all. Bye-bye.